This is the Huggabear Performing Arts Ministry tutorial for the sign language of Jesus Messiah. Okay, now this song is going to be done with soloists, but I'm going to start with the chorus because the choir is going to do the chorus, and then once you're done learning that, you don't have to watch the rest of the video. And those of you who are doing the signing solos, you can continue on. Now, some of these signs are going to be exactly signs, and some of them are going to be movement, okay? So for those of you who are checking me, I just want you to know that sometimes we do exact signs, and sometimes we do something that moves well with the music or the song or the flow of the sign, okay? So hope that doesn't rattle you too much. So we're going to start with Jesus Messiah, name above all names. This is the chorus part. And we're going to start with touching. We've got, anytime you see me use this hand, this is your right. So if you mirror me, this is your right hand, this is your left hand, okay? So we have Jesus showing the nails in his hand, and then we do the letter M, and we're going to put our hand up in the air, and we're going to go from our shoulder down and extend up, okay? This is actually the sign for majesty, but we're going to turn it into a sign for Holy Messiah, okay? And this is something that's acceptable. It's done in interpretation. So hand up in praise, and your right hand comes from your shoulder down to your hip, and then we're going to go back up, okay? So let's do that again. Jesus Messiah. Now we're going to do the sign for name. You do 2 fingers on each hand, and you're going to put your right on top of your left. Name. And then we're going to do above. So we're going to start up here, up high, to show physically Jesus' name being above other names. So we'll do name above all. Okay, so you just take your right hand around your left and back into your left hand. So we have name above all names. Now we're going to just do several signs of names, but get lower as you go down to show Jesus is up and lifted up. Okay, do that one more time. Name above all names. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do Blessed Redeemer. We're taking both of our index fingers to our lips, and we come down. Blessed. It's a beautiful sign. I love it. Okay. Blessed, and then Redeemer, we're going to make 2 fists crossed. This is showing bondage. This is showing being set free. This is used a lot. It can be redeemed. It can be rescued. In some instances, it can be freedom. You can also sign freedom with your fingers in the F position, but this can represent many different signs. If you see it, that's the interpretation. Redeemed. Now, when we want to make it a person, we go like this, okay? So this is redeemed, but this is redeemer, okay? So we do Blessed Redeemer. Now we're going to go back to our shoulder, but we're going to do the letter E, which is taking all of your fingers upon your thumb to your shoulder, hand in praise, Emmanuel. And we'll go up again, okay? So let's do that from Blessed. Blessed Redeemer, Emmanuel, all the way up, okay? Now we go back to the rescue. The rescue, redeemed, okay, for sinners. This is sin, index fingers from your mouth, and it makes like the head of a snowman and the body of a snowman. That's sin. Sin, and this is sinners. Adding a person, okay? Anytime you add a person, it becomes a noun, okay? So this, well, sin is a noun too, but sinners as a person, okay? Let's do the rescue for sinners again. The rescue for sinners. Now we're going to do the ransom from heaven, and we're going to take our F fingers, okay? These are in the position of the letter F of the sign language alphabet, and we're going to go up, 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 and then we're going to do heaven, okay? The ransom from heaven, okay? Now, Jesus, Messiah, same thing as you did before, and Lord of all. Now, Lord can be done down and up, but for this one, there was a lot of kids that we learned it before just going up, And so I'm going to leave it that way. Okay, so our hand can be up. Lord of all. Okay, we can show Lord of all. Now that's not the exact sign for the word all. We're just doing an interpretation. Okay, and there's a reason for that later on. All right, so if you're in the choir and you are not doing a signing solo, then you are finished and you don't have to continue on. Actually, let's do that one more time all the way through and then you can stop. Okay, so it goes. Jesus Messiah, name above all names, blessed Redeemer, Emmanuel, the rescue for sinners, the ransom from heaven, Jesus Messiah, Lord of all. Okay? So that's all you have to do if you're in the choir. So practice hard, and I'll see you soon. And if you have a signing solo, verse 1, verse 2, and the bridge, you want to keep watching. Okay? All right, so the first verse says, He became sin who knew no sin. Okay, so we're just gonna gesture to Jesus. Okay, He became. You're gonna put your fingertips together and turn over. Okay, became sin. You don't have to add the person. You just do sin. Okay, just have to do that again. He became sin, and this is know, but when you do this, it means you don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go. Who knew no sin. Okay. Gesture again, that he might become, that we might become, sorry. We got to do we. We might become his, and we're going to show likeness. Okay, so you want to take your fingers like hang loose, and we're going to do likeness, become his holiness. Instead of righteousness, we sign the word holiness. They interpret the same. Okay? So we do an H and then we wipe clean. All right, so let's do that again. He became sin. He became sin who knew no sin, that we might become his righteousness. And everything's gestured upwards, okay? Now we're going to do he humbled himself. We're here, goes under. He humbled, okay? Actually, I'm sorry. I just did that backwards. Let me do it the correct hand. It should be right hand. Right hand above. Humbled himself and carried the cross, okay? And then we're going to do love so amazing. Love so amazing. Okay, so let's do that one more time. This is a signing solo for verse number 1. Okay, so it says, He became sin who knew no sin, that we might become his righteousness. He humbled himself and carried the cross. Love so amazing. This is great, great love. Love so amazing. Yeah, and then you go into the chorus. Jesus Messiah, name above all names, blessed Redeemer, Emmanuel, the rescue for sinners, the ransom from heaven, Jesus Messiah, Lord of all. Okay, now we're going on to the second verse. Okay, his body the bread, his blood the wine. Okay, so his body, to show from chest to abdomen, the bread. Now you're going to take your left hand, and this is your loaf of bread, and you're going to cut it. His body, the bread. Okay, his body, the bread. And if you can only cut it twice, that's fine, because you may not have time to cut it 3 times. And then blood is coming from the lips. You leave this hand open and it trickles down. Okay, his blood, the wine, and we take the letter, the letter W at our cheek and do a little circle. Wine. Okay, so let's do that again. His body, the bread. His blood, the wine. And then we're going to take and do broken and spilled out. This is more of a liturgical movement. It's not exact sign language, but it's movement. Broken and spilled out, all for love. Okay, so let's do that again. So we're taking our hand here, breaking and showing something flowing down, and then your left hand is here, right hand goes around it. All for love. Okay, so let's do that from the beginning. His body, the bread. His blood, the wine. Broken and poured out, all for love. And now we're going to show the whole earth. Okay, because we've been doing all a lot. Instead of saying all again, we're just going to go the whole earth. And you've got, this is your earth. You take your middle finger over it. The whole earth trembled, and just show a pounding motion. And the veil, now we're going to show the veil was torn, okay? And you don't have to make it that jerky of a motion, but to show like a tearing. The veil was torn, okay? And then you do again, love so amazing. Love so amazing. Okay, so let's do your verse again, and then we'll go into the chorus, and then the second signer will be done. Okay, so it starts off. His body, the bread. His blood, the wine. Broken and poured out, all for love. The whole earth trembled, and the veil was torn. Love so amazing. Love so amazing. Yeah, into your chorus. Jesus Messiah. Name above all names. Blessed Redeemer. Emmanuel. The ransom for, the rescue, I apologize. The rescue for sinners. Now ransom. The ransom from heaven. Jesus Messiah, Lord of all. Okay. And now, this is the third signing solo. It's over the bridge, okay? And this signer, you do a little part also in the last chorus. And we have an ensemble that sings that separately from the choir, and I will show you what that is. The light of the world. But right now, I'm going to show you the bridge. And the bridge is all our hope is in you. So we're going to start off going with our right hand around our left. All our hope, okay, is in you. And we do that again. All our hope is in you. All the glory, and we come here, and you start off with the letter G. Most people don't usually see that, but if you're going to be learning the word, you might as well. You start with the letter G, and then you sprinkle your fingers like, the glory of God is falling upon you, okay? All the glory to you, and you keep your hands up, and then you do God while your hand is up there, and then the light, you're just going to show the light of, and then we bring 3 fingers, so we start here and we go around the world. The light of the world, okay? So let's do that again. it's going to say all our hope. So we go, all our hope is in you. All our hope is in you. All the glory to you, God, the light of the world. And then we repeat, Jesus Messiah, name above all names, blessed Redeemer, Emmanuel. Now right here, the ensemble is going to say again, the light of the world. And they're going to continue to sing, all our hope is in you. All our hope is in you. All the glory to you. And then it ends, Lord of all. And then all of the group is going to do the Lord of all to the other side. The Lord of all. And then we're going to do it back again to the right. The Lord of all. So the third signer, you are going to be listening because the choir is going to continue to sing Jesus Messiah. But the ensemble is going to do this whole, the light of the world, all our hope is in you. And you will follow them. Okay? So we will practice and learn your movements. And we will practice in group. And I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for working so hard and using your talents for Jesus.